Hi, everybody. Today is a very special day in the church year. It's called Maundy Thursday. No, it's not Monday Thursday. It's Maundy, Maundy Thursday. Usually we are here at St. Matthew to celebrate Holy Communion on this day. Our tradition is for everyone to walk to Fellowship Hall for communion. We sit at long tables by candlelight. Then one of the pastors says the words of institution. That's the part that begins on the night in which Jesus was betrayed. Communion assistants then come to each table with a small loaf of bread. They break off a piece and say to the first person, "Body of Christ given for you." Then that person takes the bread and gives it to the next person, as those words are said over and over. The pastor then lifts a cup of wine, and everyone drinks their wine at the same time as the pastor says, "Blood of Christ shed for you." Many people find this to be a very moving service. Some say it's their favorite service of the entire year. This year we won't be able to celebrate Holy Communion today. We are observing a fast from communion. Whenever we come back together, we'll be able to break that fast. The Gospel of John tells the story of today in a very different way than the other gospel writers. It begins with Jesus doing something very radical. He takes off his outer robe and ties a towel around himself and begins to wash his disciples' feet. This must have shocked them. They were all speechless until Peter finally speaks up and says, "Jesus, you will never wash my feet." He knows that only a lowly servant would do such a thing. But Jesus tells him and the other disciples that he is setting an example for them. They are to serve others as Jesus is doing for them. Later, Jesus makes a long speech called the Farewell Discourse. Jesus starts out by giving them a new commandment. On this night, Jesus says, "I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another." The word for commandment comes from the Latin mandatum. That's where the word Maundy comes from. Yes, we will miss not gathering tonight and sharing the meal of Holy Communion, but we can also remember that this night also gives us a new commandment, a new opportunity to love each other. Today, my t-shirt says, "Choose kind." When Jesus said to love each other, he didn't give a suggestion. He gave a command. Of course, he knows that none of us can really force ourselves to feel warm and fuzzy things towards other people, but we can control how we act towards them. We choose kind. We choose love. It might be tough at times, but Jesus gives us the spirit of love to help us.